I'm Orourke, this is Brandon, and...
Wow. Slava, I think. I don't know. That's his name. It will be there. Because they're apparently doing an anniversary thing this year.
Yeah, and they're sponsoring the film festival. Do you want to tell the people what we're doing? What's our itinerary? What are we up to?
What are we up to? A lot of wish fulfillment. First, we're starting off with driver and survival training at Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, Arizona. Hanging out with some people that have some amazing stories. Getting to hear those, that's going to be cool. Then we'd park for a night on the Mogollon Rim, known for Bigfoot sightings, the Mogollon Monster, orb sightings, and secret UFOs, weirdly enough. And then off to Hanksville, where responsible scientific types tell us not to mention certain supernatural entities, to live in the desert for 2.5 weeks and make strange fashion photography out of it. Yeah.
Become gently radiated.
And gently radiated, yes. Yes. The radiation helps keep the supernatural entities at bay.
And possibly makes me more fashionable. Hard to tell.
Yeah. All I can tell you is, Clark, my teeth have never been whiter. My garden's spitting out 50-pound tomatoes. Yeah. That's wild. 6140, so that leaves us 225 pounds.
In a quarter mile,
basically we're going to Chicago,
West.
and then we're continuing on. Yeah, hopefully, oh god, no. Oh, Jesus. Forgot about that.
Want to share with the group?
Yeah, we'll be hitting Chicago just a little bit after rush hour really gets going.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, we'll be...
Continue for 65 miles.
We'll be in the second longest parking lot outside of Los Angeles for a while.
Woo! Hello? There we go.
Yeah. So others can share in our adventure.
Yes.
Live vicariously through us. Which, kind of pitiable, really?
Well.
The cards this year. Are we keeping track of what we're going to do for cards?
Like business cards?
No, like a little paddle, like a thing that you hold up.
Oh, yeah, I brought note cards with me.
Okay, good.
We have 3 different colors, so we can color code them accordingly.
Nice. No, I understand that internally too.
Yeah. You have to hear you all the time.
All the time.
I only have to hear you part of the time. I do intend to complain about it.
I was trying to describe the cross event to the parents last night. And I still can't wrap my head around that.
When?
I mean, that was such a Mad Max moment.
Didn't really seem like any of our business.
Tell me though, that would have made some absolutely gold fashion imagery.
I had the outfit for it.
Oh my god. Like just big, sweaty Texas wig hair and, big pushed, angular, giant lugging that cross in the dust. If there was a way that we could have shot that without either one of us getting burned at the stake, I think we should have. But
If we can't safely make it out of a gas station, I don't think we should be going anywhere near a church in Texas.
That's true.
That being said, I think the bird shirt is the only one I have in my collection that isn't a big gay rainbow. So, see, those clouds also look very painted.
They're very discreet.
Yeah. Discreet or distinct?
Well, like the edges are very, like, really sharp. Like there's nothing fluffy about them. They're just like boom.
Yeah, wouldn't that be distinct versus discreet?
They'd be tough to paint. And I suppose clouds are always tough to paint, but they don't look believable here, so why would they look believable in the painting? Could be more-
Explorer Barbie.
Andy Warhol. While everyone else is worrying about whether or not it's art, you're on to something else. So that's the other question. Renting a second camera body and the 16 to 35 would be about $500. So, do we do the $500 in expanding capability, or do we use that $500 to stay out for another week?
It up all the way? Close enough.
Because I always thought you just enjoyed pooling.
Not recreationally.
That's what I mean. It's like,
I do occasionally when I sleep because I've set my head at the wrong angle. I can't breathe.
I'm just thinking of all the random weird stuff we've purchased in college over the years. I'm like, ooh.
Oh no, I just like sour candy.
Mm.
But the drooling does reduce anxiety because your body shuts that off when you're in fight, flight, or freeze. Because producing saliva is not necessary when you're trying to not die.
I see.
So that's why when you're having a panic attack, you do stuff that makes you drool. Like you can do like an ice cube,
Huh.
but candy tastes better.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Apparently this was not the way I was supposed to open this box. Too bad.
And we may have the ability to, like one of those smaller coolers, I think we can get away with it.
I was not expecting only 5 bars in this box.
You're only 5. Oh, that blows. Wow. Ah.
I mean, at least do 6.
Yeah, exactly. I love the Japanese lanterns that they use for construction there. That's nice.
It's festive.
I should get one of those for the shoots.
For lighting purposes or just to have?
Lighting purposes. I was a little envious. There was a couple of companies at Siniger that they literally make giant floating helium-filled lights. So you basically put a blimp up, and you can tie them all together.
And float me.
Yeah. They use them a lot of.
I have an outfit for that.
Something other than the UFO one? Okay.
So you know the asbestos curtain?
Ooh. Huh. Okay. We probably ought to have that tested before you make any dresses. So is manifesting basically like fin-doming the entire cosmos?
I think it's more collaborative.
Okay. All right. Cattle or pork?
Can't smell it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Des Moines, it's only 244 miles.
I'm gonna say pork. I'm gonna say pig fry.
Okay, yeah, I got enough. Yeah, it's for sure not cow.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of like in industrial too, though.
Yeah, but it's like smoked.
Yeah. Like a sewage lagoon that caught fire distantly. Well, the new ones have 32-bit float processing.
Ooh, exciting.
Exactly. See, that way you don't get clipping.
Which is good, because we do action photography.
Yes, we do.
Sports. See, that's how we have to present it. We do sports photography, and then we show them ball gown photos.
Yes. Well, I pointed out to Tim that if we did 4 shots at our current average, that's a little over 20,000 images.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely going to be over 100,000 by the time we get back.
Well, yeah. So if we do 5, I think our current average is
6.
51 something. If you over the whole
average, yeah,
over the whole thing, yeah, 51-ish.
Are you going to be able to like process that we're about to be at 100,000 images for the project?
That's, you got to admit that's a lot.
I don't know that I've ever seen 100,000 of anything, so I don't really have a concept of how much
The
that
shutter
is.
on that camera is only warranted for another 200, another 150 after that. So we will have. If we keep up a good shoot pace, the camera will have worn itself out by spring of next year.
Well, at that point, we'll have a pittance, or whatever it is, and somebody else will buy us a new lens.
That's the goal.
What kind of camera do you use?
Sony A7C.
Sony? Unless somebody wants to sponsor us for storage.
That's true.
Who makes our jars?
Well, I got 2 new Crucials. So we got 2 terabyte Crucials. Max sales would be a nice one. Nice big 40 terabyte RAID would be nice. Although we do have tons of space on that due to my accidentally deleting my entire catalog from my master's degree. But
I mean, hypothermia in Iceland just has a nice ring to it. How are you going to get the easel over there, though? See, that's the kind of self-talk you need for manifesting.
I see. Lies.
Yeah. Until you say it enough that it becomes a truth.
Oh, so politics. But I view it as a warning. His men would follow him anywhere, if only to see what he would do next.
Yes. Not out of a sense of loyalty. I mean, I think we're fun.
That's what's important.
Yeah, I realized I probably could have asked for, like, earrings and didn't, but...
Well, I'm sure that there's...
Or necklaces. But I had enough stuff in my own collection that I figured it out.
I'm wondering if we do. There's got to be some cool stuff in Vegas. He was kind. He was
I
generous.
would assume probably not a 6-pack on Jesus. I didn't get to that section in my read-through.
Well, the fact that you read it kind of puts you ahead of most, I think.
Well, I only did like the first chunk of the Old Testament.
There's a
and it
lane
was-
closure ahead.
And it was the Precious Moments version. So I don't know how much of that is censored.
Probably left out a little more of the genocide and some of the incest.
Well,
Would be my guess. God, how would you even? Wow, yeah, you'd have to cut.
I don't know, it's a pretty Bible.
Big chunks of the Old Testament out there.
Yeah.
So now I'm picturing like the little Hummel figurines, but you know they're beheading different tribe members.
That's way funnier.
Yeah, they're like leaning over in cute ways and bludgeoning people.
Yeah, and then you just see like a little one with like big teardrops holding out its dress that's covered in blood.
Yep, just heads. just in an apron.
It's not like they actually cut the baby in half.
Yeah.
Horses.
Imagine there would be a lot of mooing if we camped anywhere around here tonight.
I think we should save that for the rim. It's more haunting that way.
It is, because it doesn't feel like cows should be up that high.
No,
It's weird that you can see them or you can hear them.
but not both at the same time.
Yeah, kind of a Penn Heller thing. How those burrs were
Yeah.
for...
Those sandbirds, they'll get you.
They'll get you. Those are the vicious things.
Well, they'll get you. I didn't have any on me. Apparently the spirits call me Little One, or the Little One, and I'm like, that's a little rude. I understand I'm not very tall, but... And then apparently I have fanfare when I enter into a location, and I have the purest white aura she has ever seen.
Nice.
So
you got that going for you.
sure.
That's less than I spent on the new lights that we'll be debuting here in a minute.
Huh?
We'll have to show you.
Well, you did in the parking lot,
Oh,
but I've not seen them on the road.
they're really cool.
Are they deeply irritating to anybody driving towards
so
you?
irritating.
I love that.
So irritating. Yeah.
You act like I'm not 5'11".
I'd say you're on the shorter end of 5'11". Yeah. 5'10" and 7/8 or so. Davenport, Muscatine, doing it.
Can I interest
cloven
you
hoof.
in shoving your foot in a squirrel? I found him on the side of the road. Thought he'd look nice. I turned him inside out, made a pair of shoes for my wife.
So we need a bit of, bring a couple of astrophysicists into the fold.
Well, I think if we've got paleontologists, you know,
Okay.
why would you not? Unless the paleontologists, well, I guess you wouldn't have beef because, you know, if an asteroid,
Oh, good point.
yeah.
They might resent it. Although, tourist info center, so we can't be that far from the border. We'll have to ask
But you know,
Stu.
how much paleontology could you do without the asteroid, you know?
Good point. Although, without the asteroid, maybe it would just be a bunch of dinosaurs looking at very early mammals and thinking, well, why did these people die out? What is it with mammals that just, they never went anywhere? There'd be mammal experts, obscure journals writing it. Thoughtful think pieces about what a world might be if they had evolved.
Not seen Sophia Webster's in a while.
I think I sweat enough for both of us.
That's kind of you. I don't like sweating. It feels like there's bugs crawling all over me.
Speaking of bugs, look at these things.
Yeah.
We haven't had a bug assault like that in years. It's a little bit of a relief, to be honest with you. I thought it was rain, but I guess it's just
Oh, I thought it
bugs.
was too.
Well,
Yeah, no, those are not drips of water.
no. Like we're just
Corpses.
hitting bugs, yeah. This is what it used to be in the 80s.
Bugs.
Yeah.
Easy answer, fuckable vampire.
Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, wait a minute. So that's not the one with the horns, though, right?
No, that's Garlic. She's hot.
Okay, so that's... And then the one that's the... Githyanki, which one's that?
That's LaSalle.
Okay. So are all the players in Baldur's Gate fucking?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, can you actually fuck them in the game?
Yes.
Oh. Now, if we were really going to do it up, we'd probably need like 2 tails. We'd have one that'd be like just earth tones and kind of like dull.
Yeah, but then when we get to Vegas, bedazzled,
exactly,
like peacock
exactly.
colors.
Very colorful.
Right.
I just like lounging in the pool, like drunk on Mai
What would
Tais.
be great is if we could do it where I'm peeling off the upper like
Nice.
layer like a snake and be like, I gotta get rid of these fins to get my my Vegas fins on.
Well, let's see if we're gonna do something like that.
And then after like the party in Vegas, then I drag myself back to the desert to make another mucus plot to live in.
That's funny. I've never seen anybody do, lobster mermaid.
It's in the fridge. Spicy.
There. Oh, that's curious.